hard to admit that I used to draw portraiture in a human form, doodle of a two-headed unicorn.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Bengals going up against the Jets. With that, we'll get up to the Meadowlands as we introduce our new Madden broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Guys, to use a Broadway term, break a leg.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today, the opener of the 2016 NFL season between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They come up in an offset eye. A first down throw coming for Dalton. It's caught. Left side, Brandon LaFell. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And complete into the arms of LaFell. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up on the first-rounder, Darren Lee. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, these two guys, Dalton and Green, they've hooked up on some big plays since coming in as rookies together back in 2011. But sometimes Andy can rely on them just a little bit too heavily. And this is a ball he probably shouldn't have thrown.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. Second down, Fitzpatrick. Smith catches left side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's got some space here. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while. Have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
Different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. And this will be a touchback, so a first chance here in week 1 to see the ball be brought out with the new rule to the 25-yard line. And New York set to take the field. A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done.
If you run an out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets a tone for the offense.
Now a second down throw for Fitzpatrick. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Eric Decker was the intended receiver, and they're going to have a third down. And the Bengals starting defensive unit now.
Carlos Dansby is a versatile linebacker, comfortable at either outside or inside, and always a respected team leader.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. And there's a flag on the field. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. It's the first-round pick, William Jackson III. Fresh set of downs here. On first and 10, Fitzpatrick. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 15 yards through the air on a first down.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. Now Fitzpatrick, a dump off to Forte. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Play action now. Fitzpatrick. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
2 yards to go here on third down. They'll try and get it with Forte. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
One receiver left, 3 to the right. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Fitzpatrick over the middle to Smith. And he's brought down. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick drops it underneath to Forte. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down.
I keep hearing all this chatter about what Matt Forte is going to bring to an offense. Well, we know he can do a little bit of everything. He did that in Chicago. A little bit different than Chris Ivory, especially in catching the football.
And you reminded me of the stat from a couple years ago, 102 catches when he was in Chicago in 2014.
Look out, New York. This guy wearing Jets green and white, he's ready to go.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. That's caught at the 3. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Jace Amaro from 4 yards out. And his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. And he knocks it through. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Caught Eifert over the middle. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with the football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. They come up in an offset eye. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And over the middle, it's LaFell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
23 yards on the play.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He drops it off for Bernard. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Snap came at 1. Now here's Dalton. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the first-rounder, Darren Lee. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to spring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Fitzpatrick on 1st down. Amaro's got it, left side. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. And that's why defensive coordinators always preach 11 guys to the ball. Because sometimes you have a missed tackle, but if you have a swarm of guys around, less room for them to roam even after the first missed tackle. In this case, tackle was missed, plenty of open field to get after that.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got time. He's got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. On for the extra point is Folk. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. They come up in an offset eye. They go back to the air here after the INT. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Second and 10. Dalton once more. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the first-rounder, Darren Lee. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And the wideout in motion. Here's Fitzpatrick. Sets up the screen to Forte. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Matt Forte, his first touchdown as a New York Jet. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
And you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play. For the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And New York set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know, when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations, and that allows you...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Carlos Bruce Dunlap in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Second down, Fitzpatrick looking deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's going to take it in for a Jets. Touchdown. Eric Decker, 39 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the screen, Bernard. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Dalton throwing on second down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Brandon LaFowl, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. They come up in an offset eye. So Dalton now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First down, Fitzpatrick. And he hits on the slant route to Marshall. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
And a really good gain there on the post route. Partner, how do you know to go to that pass?
When you're running the ball effectively and the safety likes to dive up there to try and help tackle, that's when you want to hit him over the top of the post in the area he vacates.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use the speed to get there in the run game.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse.
Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. He's at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Here's Dalton to throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion no good. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They begin with a carry for Powell. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On third down, Fitzpatrick. Drops it underneath to Forte. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bengals take possession. First and 10 for Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
I think we've got an explanation for why this team is losing in this game. How can this be the first time that Andy Dalton and A.J. Green connect on a pass?
I think both of them are asking themselves that question right now, don't you?
Yeah, I think in the normal course of a game, this happens on the first drive of the game, not into the second half.
Dalton now to pass. And over the middle, it's LaFell. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down now after the pass completion. They come out here in the eye. Dalton throwing on second down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the first rounder, Darren Lee. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They'll get 17 yards there. And it's first down, New York. Marshall, the lone receiver on the left side. Fitzpatrick now from the 50. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And tough starting field position here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing, Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards in the sticks move.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case, the feet.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bakari Rambo. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Fitzpatrick now to throw on first down. Right side, there's Decker. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a second down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Second down, Fitzpatrick. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the interception by the Jets D leads to a touchdown. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And out now, here come the Bengals. They'll come out in the pistol. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. Another pistol look here. Second and 10. Dalton once more. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sheldon Richardson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Jets take possession. And New York set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. First down, Fitzpatrick. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. The running back, Kyrie Robinson, was the target. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Well, in tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves its stick. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Now it's the backup Smith. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he's brought down. Red zone opportunity. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Gino on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Second and goal from the 5. Now they'll run it on the taunts. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Now Gino. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And Folk's kick is good. And that will make the lead now 26. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the fourth.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can. After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going. They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a play fake here on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bakari Rambo. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points.
And he's going to be sacked back on his side of the field at the 44. Michael Johnson. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He's going to look deep down the field. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Third and long, it's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. The former Clemson Tiger, Sharon Peake, was the target. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. David Harris coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Second down, Dalton. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? He's got his man, Boyd. He's at the 40. And he'll be down deep into Jet territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Giovanni Bernard, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
The defensive coordinator came into this game with a plan to get to the quarterback with whatever type of pressure is necessary. It's working to perfection for him today.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong arm.
And now here is another interception. And now the rookie's free. Picked up by the first-rounder, Darren Lee. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Short throw, pick 6.